In this video, we are going to talk about a special place, a futuristic place for mankind. It's called Neom. So welcome to Flow Connect You 2 channel.
Technology is progressing faster than the world can keep pace.
That's why Neom is being designed from the ground up to be one step ahead and to keep the human experience at its heart. Neom will continuously develop new technologies at a rate and scale the world has never seen before, with technology being the foundation for life, creating the world's first cognitive communities. World-class tech will come together with data and intelligence to anticipate people's needs and enhance everyday life. We'll design services to be more intuitive and experiences to be more tailored to the individual. These advancements will be integrated without interruption or intrusion, and will change the divide between virtual and reality
To make a much better and brighter future. Neom.
made to change.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is building a new city called Neom in Tabuk province, northwest of the Red Sea. The city will incorporate innovative technology and serve as a tourist destination. The site is north of the Gulf of Aqaba, east of Egypt across the Red Sea, and south of Jordan. The new city covers 26,500 square kilometers, 10,200 square miles, and will stretch for 160 kilometers, 290 miles, along the coast of the Red Sea. In January 2019, Saudi Arabia announced that it had set up an investment company to help develop Neom's economic zone. This company is wholly owned by the Public Investment Fund, PIF, which has about $230 billion in assets under management. 57 Neom plans to be powered entirely by renewable energy sources. Inauguration of the project. The Saudi Arabian city of Neom is a new business and leisure hub planned by the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The project is part of Saudi Vision 2030, a plan to reduce Saudi Arabia's dependence on oil, diversify its economy, and develop public service sectors. Plans call for robots to perform security, logistics, home delivery, and caregiving functions, and for the city to be powered solely with wind and solar power. Because the city will be designed and constructed from scratch, other innovations in infrastructure and mobility have been suggested. The project will be funded by $500 billion from the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia and international investors. In July 2020, Air Products and Chemicals Inc. announced that it would build the world's largest green hydrogen plant in Saudi Arabia. Name. Neom is a combination of two words. The first three letters of the name are from the ancient Greek prefix nuomicron, neos, meaning new. The fourth letter of the name comes from the Arabic word emestabal, meaning future. Location. The Neom project is located in Tabuk, Saudi Arabia, northwest of the kingdom. It extends along with Aqaba Gulf, bordered by serene beaches, coral reefs, and mountains up to 2,500 meters high. The area totals 26,500 square kilometers. Directors. On October 24, 2017, Klaus Kleinfeld was announced as the first director for the Neom project. Shortly after, he signed a $200,000 contract with Gladstone Place Partners LLC for public relations services to promote the vision of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. On July 3, 2018, he was replaced by Nadmai Al-Nasr as director of Neom. Public relations. The Saudi megacity developing firm Neom hired American public relations and marketing consultancy Edelman for assistance with public relations on the Smart City project. As per a 3-month contract with the Chicago-based Edelman, Neom pays $75,000 per month through February for international work on behalf of the developing firm. Under the agreement, the PR firm stated that it would provide communications support in various sectors, including strategic counsel, stakeholder identification and engagement, media relations, and content development. Neom and Edelman refused to comment on the deal. In 2 years since 2019, Edelman is the fourth PR firm hired by Neom, following BCW, Reuter Finn, and Teneo. In July 2020, a sponsorship deal with the League of Legends European Championship drew significant criticism from the professional League of Legends community, including players and staff members. The complaint was centered on human rights abuses from the Saudi government, particularly its record on LGBT rights. As a result of this backlash, the sponsorship was cancelled within several hours of being announced. In March 2021, Neom signed a 4-year global sponsorship agreement with the Asian Football Confederation. Parts 1. The line. In January 2021, the project unveiled plans for the line, a 170-kilometer, 110 miles, long linear city within the Neom area that will be home to 1 million citizens without conventional cars. 2. Neom Bay. The development work of Neom Bay, the project's first phase, was planned to begin in the first quarter of 2019 and be completed by 2020. This development would include constructing the airport at Sharma, which would operate regular commercial flights between Riyadh and Neom. To realize this plan, Neom Bay's planned developments also involve building the first residential area in Neom as part of Phase 1. 3. Neom Bay Airport. In June 2019, it was announced that the Neom Bay Airport would start receiving commercial flights after its first phase was completed with a runway length of 3,757 m, 12,326 feet. The airport has been registered with the International Air Transport Association, IATA, under the code number 4. Neom Industrial City, Octagon. In November 2021, the project was renamed Oxagon and described as a floating industrial complex shaped like a regular octagon. It will be the largest of its kind when completed and would serve as a port for shipping routes through the Red Sea. 5. Agriculture. Neom plans to have 6,500 hectares, 16,000 acres, of the surrounding land become agricultural fields, and it also plans to rely heavily on genetically engineered crops. 6. Neom International Airport. The development area covers 20.2 square kilometers, 6,600 meters long by 3,061 meters wide. This is under construction and will be completed soon. 7. Trojan. The Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's Trojan project will be the first major outdoor skiing destination in the Arabian Peninsula. It will be located in Saudi Arabia's highest mountain range, about 50 kilometers, 31 miles, from the Gulf of the Aqaba coast, with elevations ranging from 1,500 to 2,600 meters, 4,908, 500 feet. The site is considerably more incredible than the rest of Neom's territory, and is expected to attract elite skiers worldwide. Controversies. In 2018, after the assassination of Jamal Khashoggi, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said, "No one will invest in the project for years." 53. Daniel L. Doctoroff and architect Norman Foster distanced themselves from the project and the toxic Saudi Crown Prince. Also, the scope of the projects based on the Crown Prince's vision incorporates some technologies that do not even exist yet, like flying cars, robot maids, dinosaur robots, and a giant artificial moon. 56. It is estimated that 20,000 people will be forced to relocate to accommodate the planned city. Attempts to evict the Hawiyat tribe. On April 13, 2020, Saudi security forces attempted to evict members of the Hawiyat tribe from their historical homeland to make way for the development of Neom. Human rights activist Alia Abadaya Al-Awaidi circulated videos announcing this eviction. In the videos, Abdul Rahim Al-Kuwaiti said he would defy any eviction orders and expected Saudi authorities to plant weapons in his house to incriminate him. He was later killed by Saudi security forces who claimed he had opened fire on them. However, human rights activist Alia Abadaya Al-Awaidi disputed this claim. His funeral was held near the village of Al-Qaraba, and was well attended despite the presence of Saudi security forces. 8 Al-Kuwaiti cousins were arrested for protesting against being evicted from their traditional homeland to make room for the city of Neom. Alya Al-Kuwaiti and human rights activists in the West hope to challenge the arrests. The tribe is not opposed to developing Neom, but does not want to be evicted from their traditional homeland. Alya Al-Kuwaiti received death threats from people she says are supporters of Mohammed bin Salman, 58. The threats were reported to British police. In November 2020, British lawyers representing the Bedouin tribe displaced in the development of Neom urged Dominic Raab, Britain's Secretary of State for exiting the European Union, to boycott the G20 summit in Saudi Arabia. The attorneys cited that Britain has a moral imperative to take a stand to defend the tribe and confront Saudi Arabia over its human rights issues. Abusive work culture. The CEO of the Neom project, Nadmi Al-Nasr, was reported by former employees to promote a management culture that belittled expatriates, made unrealistic demands, and neglected discrimination at the workplace in the Wall Street Journal on May 31, 2022. One of the executives who resigned from Neom was Andrew Worth, who accused Mr. Nasr's leadership of being consistently inclusive of disparagement and inappropriately dismissive and demeaning outbursts. The prince appointed Mr. Nasr to lead Neom, who was accused during his tenure of berating and scaring his employees, as confirmed by present and former staff members. 2 mega projects under the Saudi Vision 2030 were merged in 2022, while the remaining 3 projects lost their expatriate chief executives and turned over the senior management. When contacted for comment, the Saudi government refused to make any statements. However, Neom issued a written statement defending Mr. Nasr and the management culture at the mega project. The information claimed that Neom represented a scale and ambition the world has never seen before, and that, on the contrary, they continued to retain and attract more talent, adding that employees are passionate about what they do and deeply committed to living up to and delivering on the Neom vision. At the same time, people who have worked on the project with Mr. Nasr claimed that the CEO had been committed to delivering the $500 billion worth of the project at all costs. A former director of innovation at Neom's education team, Anthony Harris, also accused Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of a faulty workplace culture since Nadmi takes his cue from his boss, and everyone else at Neom takes their cue from Nadmi. The Wall Street Journal has reported that Mr. Nasr once said in a meeting, "I drive everybody like a slave. When they drop down dead, I celebrate. That's how I do my projects." He even threatened to replace employees stuck in other countries during the COVID epidemic lockdown in 2020, including the former director of branding and marketing.